This opens the matriculation ceremony for Washington and Jefferson College.
Oops. Welcome. I'm Steve Smith and pastor at First Presbyterian Church, which is right next to the admission building. And I want to thank you for some work that you guys did at our church. Remember that? Head out into the community and connect and make a difference. We had people that came to our church. In fact, those who came to our church to do planting and computer stuff, could you raise your hands so I can see where you are? There they are. Excellent. We had two people there who named Aiden. They both play on the football team. One's a passer, one's a receiver. The one broke the other's finger. So anyway, thank you for being here. I decided last night to memorize the first names of all of the new 480 students in alphabetical order. So it's Aiden, and we don't have time to do the rest. So thanks for being here. The term invocation is defined as an act of calling upon someone or something for assistance, and today we ask for help and hope for all of us. A beloved former professor here, Dr. Robert Vandekapelli, a bright, articulate, energetic person who's no longer with us, had a saying in his office that said, as long as there are final exams, there will be prayer in schools. And we can all use a little extra help and hope. Maureen, are you nearby? Do we want people to stand now or yes? Yes. Okay, please stand with me as we join, or as we have an invocation. Gracious God, we gather from many directions. We bring with us diverse backgrounds, customs, and faith traditions. We ask for resources both measurable and immeasurable to assist us along the way. In this season of new beginnings, we ask for guidance, counsel, comfort, wisdom, confidence, and courage for the days, weeks, months, and years that lie ahead. We hope and pray that this matriculation ceremony will provide a meaningful rite of passage which anticipates great adventures both on this campus and beyond. We thank you for this time of new beginnings for students and for our new president, Dr. McLeod-Walls. May this be a time of blessing, and may all who participate in this time together both inspire and be inspired as we listen, learn, and grow to make the world a better, brighter place for all. We pray in your holy name. Amen.
You may be seated. My glasses are fogging up, you guys. Hello, newest members of the W and J family. I am Elizabeth McLeod Walls, and I have the privilege of serving as the 14th president of Washington and Jefferson College. My official responsibility this morning is to welcome you, and certainly you are deeply welcome at this, your new home. But my unofficial responsibility and the job I most enjoy is to celebrate you. You are, after all, unique in many ways. You represent the largest class ever to matriculate at W&J. Many of you are from right here in Washington County, but this class also represents 20 states, plus the District of Columbia, as well as 18 countries. You can see the flags representing all of our students' states and countries of origin hanging above us in celebration of the places that formed and launched you. You come to W&J with wide interests and talents. Some of you are musicians, and others of you are athletes. Some of you love to work with your hands, while others of you live primarily in your heads. Some of you have started businesses, and others of you are pursuing leadership opportunities in numerous fields. But you all share one common characteristic. You're curious. Washington and Jefferson College attracts students who self-select into an environment that promotes the practices of asking questions and thinking deeply about the human experience. Speaking of the human experience, this is a very human moment. You have left home to be here, including our commuter students, because all of you have chosen to transplant yourself to this oasis of learning within Western Pennsylvania. Last week, my husband and I dropped off our youngest son at college halfway across the country. And many, many years ago, I drove 14 hours to attend college myself at an institution not too far from here. I, your faculty, and the staff know firsthand the full spectrum of emotion you are and will be feeling. And we are here to support you in all the ways that a happy and healthy family does. You are home here, and we are honored and delighted to celebrate your success as you embark on your W&J journey. A significant part of what makes W&J feel like home is our staff, and in particular our facilities and custodial staff who work in your buildings and interact with you every day. Here at W&J, we have a tradition of asking the graduating class to identify one member of the staff and faculty whom we then honor at Matriculation Convocation. This year, the 2024 graduating class recognized Dana Grimm as Staff Member of the Year. This is what the student who nominated Dana had to say about why she is so special to our students. Dana is a member of our custodial staff, and many of us know her as a warm and welcoming face in our residence halls. I had the pleasure of spending last fall with Dana in Cooper, and I know I can speak both for myself and for all her former residents in saying just how much of a difference Dana makes in our community. From adding personal touches to the dorms to being a listening ear for our students going through hard times, Dana makes W&J feel like home for all of us. The staff and faculty members recognized by our students are invited to say a few words at today's convocation. So I would invite Dana to the lectern to share her thoughts with our incoming students.
Thank you. Good morning to the class of 2028. Welcome to Washington and Jefferson College. We are thrilled to have you here with us, and we look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Sorry, I get emotional. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dana Grimm. I have been employed with W&J for the last 7 years. I have had the opportunity to meet students from all over the world. I have enjoyed interacting with all of the students on a daily basis. And there are some that I still like to interact with to this day. Today is the start of your new journey. This is the opportunity for you to build a strong and stable foundation for your future. Let me tell you why you have already made an awesome decision in coming to Washington and Jefferson College. W&J College offers many avenues of all professional degrees. I have witnessed many students graduating and excelling in their chosen careers. The college was founded in 1781, which is one of the oldest colleges that still thrives today. Whether you know it or not, which I know you do, class of 2028 has something to be very proud of. This is the largest enrollment of students in the history of Washington and Jefferson College. One of the greatest advantages that is rarely known at the W&J is the pride of employees who work here. Many events on a daily basis are handled by all departments of this college. If you should find yourself in need of help or not sure where to go, talk to any of the personnel. They will be happy to guide you to the correct person or departments that you would need to go to. Some of the things that I personally would like to encourage you to do is make friends. Be involved in activities and sports. Help each other. Be kind and comforting. Be there for each other and offer support and assistance to everyone that you can. Stay focused. Students at this college are from all parts of the world, and we need to communicate to each other that we are all part of the Washington and Jefferson family. Remember, everyone here is here to succeed, and let's help each other do just that. So together, we thrive. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jeff Frick, and I serve as the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the College. One of the privileges of my role is the opportunity to work closely with faculty. One of our speakers for this annual matriculation ceremony is the individual voted by the prior year's graduating class as their most outstanding professor. In other words, the class of 2024 chose one of today's speakers to welcome you to the college they now call their alma mater. It's a personal pleasure this morning to introduce you to that very special professor, Dr. Stevie Berberick, Associate Professor of Communication Arts. The graduating senior who introduced them at last year's commencement ceremony said, "Dr. Berberick is a truly outstanding educator and individual. I met Dr. Berberick in my sophomore year while working for the Red and Black student newspaper. They were the advisor for the paper, and I was an awkward, anxious student with a barrage of questions and a frantic sense of uncertainty about, well, everything. Dr. B always met my questions and self-doubt with support, reassurance, and guidance. Dr. Berberick was a person relied on. They were an advocate for me when I was not an advocate for myself. Throughout my time here at W&J, Dr. B empowered me and bolstered my self-confidence. With their unwavering support and commitment to my success, I became a better advocate for myself and for others in our college community." Sorry. One of their faculty colleagues told me, "Dr. Berberick's teaching style is deceptively casual and full of energy as they slowly move around the room, keeping students engaged with questions and discussion." Another colleague said, "Dr. Berberick is adept at connecting pop culture, media theory, and student issues and concerns. As you will come to find out, either through personal experience or conversation with your friends, Dr. Berberick's courses are very popular. No doubt that's one reason last year's graduates chose them to speak to you today. Students, please welcome this year's most outstanding professor, Dr. Stevie Berberick."
Good morning. Welcome. I consider it a great privilege to hold this space today, and I thought a lot about what I want to say with this little bit of time that I have. And I decided, after a lot of consideration, that I want to use these moments to tell you more about the students that you'll soon be joining in the classroom, the students that have been calling Washington and Jefferson College their home away from home, who are now waiting for you to join them. And I'm not going to tell you about the remarkable accomplishments that make websites, though those accomplishments are certainly noteworthy. Instead, I want to tell you about the everyday remarkable aspects of our students that are often unremarked upon. I'm going to tell you about how our students show up for one another and make the community at W&J very special. I have seen the students here build, maintain, and invest in community in beautiful ways throughout my 6 years at this college. But last semester, something happened in my life where students here at this college literally came together and gathered around me and got me through the hardest semester I have had here yet. And that is where I'd like to begin. Last semester, my dog Ivy was diagnosed with a rare and inoperable cancer. She was 8 years old. The diagnosis was sudden and unexpected. And the best option the vet could give me was a steroid shot that would allow me 3 more days with my girl. The diagnosis came on a Monday. I teach Monday through Thursday. And to me, this was a no-brainer. I was taking my 3 days. But that meant I had to cancel classes. Now, I was shocked. And I was in no state of mind to offer guidance to my students. I was in no state of mind to tell them what we would do in lieu of in-person classes. But I did email them once the shock wore off, and the initial email was kind of like this. So this is what's happening. I am in no state of mind to offer you guidance, but I will as soon as I can pull myself together. Please offer me a little patience and keep checking your email, because while we won't be meeting in person, I will give you assignments to do. And my intention with sending this email was to be transparent, to let my students know that I'm invested still in their education, that they are important to me, and that I just need a little time, and that there would be work to do. But what happened next was profound and unexpected, though not surprising. What happened next is indicative of the integrity, the kindness, and the power that the students of Washington and Jefferson carry within them. My students flooded my inbox. Students I had worked with for only 10 weeks that I met that semester, students I have been working with for years, students of all backgrounds, of all identities, messages of all kinds, students telling me of their own pets who they had lost to cancer and offering me space to talk to them. Students offering me thoughts and prayers, students telling me, hey, Dr. B, you show up for us, now it's time to show up for you and for Ivy. And the emails kept coming all week. Every day, more emails from more students. And when I came back to campus, there were flowers left at my office door from an anonymous student. Right? Students would come by my office not out of need because they wanted my advice or they needed space to talk. They just wanted to say hi. And this part's amazing. For 2 weeks, I had the kind of classes professors dream of. All right? I would ask a question and multiple hands would shoot in the air. Multiple. Discussions, vibrant and complex, homework assignments handed in full and nuanced and beautiful. You would think I was in a melodramatic movie about the power of teaching, oh captain, my captain. I was not on my A game though. I was in fact a hot mess, as some would say. It was my students who were on their A game. And I want to be clear what my students were doing. My students were ensuring, with the resources that they had and within the confines of our professional relationship, that nothing in this portion of my life was harder than it had to be. My students were carrying me with the power that they had. That is what community does. Community doesn't take away the hard times. Community doesn't take away the struggle. Community helps you carry it. And I never expected that from my students, because in my mind, it was my job to show up for my students in that way, to help them always carry what they needed help carrying. But community isn't unilateral. It isn't one direction. It is multilateral and it is reciprocal. And I am so grateful that I work with wise and compassionate students of dignity who reminded me of that fact. And honestly, as I said, my students pulled me through last semester, and I am not surprised, because I have watched them do that for many others throughout my time here, and I know they will do that for you too. So, here comes the advice portion, because I would not be doing my job if I didn't offer you some kind of advice. Hard things are going to happen to you during your time here. It's not because you chose W and J, because trust me, it doesn't matter where you are, how old you are, if you did everything right, if you followed the rules. Hard knocks find you, always. And never, never do they happen conveniently. And when hard times hit you, you will be presented with a myriad of choices. Many of those choices I cannot predict for you, but there are a few that I can. One, you can choose to go at it alone and probably prolong the hard times and the suffering. Or you can choose to simply let people know where you're at. Just let them know where you're at. And then you can choose to let them meet you with the resources they have available. And here at Washington and Jefferson College, we are really, really good at showing up in the ways that we are able to. And I hope that you let us. Likewise, though, because community is reciprocal, I also hope you will show up with us when it comes time to answer the call of another. So once again, welcome to our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Burbrick, and good morning. It has been our tradition at W&J that student leaders play a key role in ensuring that the college is the best possible place to learn and to live. In this spirit, our Student Government Association established a statement defining shared expectations and mutual accountability in our student community. This statement exemplifies the high standards of personal and academic integrity that students like yourself agree to when they join the W&J community. For your reference, the statement is noted in the program for today's matriculation ceremony and is also included in the insider's guide that you received from your Link mentor or your resident assistant. As an advisor to the Student Government Association, I am fortunate to work collaboratively with your student body president, Kieran Shannon. Kieran is a senior from Mechanicsburg, PA, who is majoring in philosophy and neuroscience with minors in French and Spanish. In rounding out his academic pursuits, Kieran has also been an involved student on this campus. He has a long history of involvement in student government, most recently serving as our treasurer, and serves as the president for the French Club and the vice president for the Cornhole Club. Kieran's postgraduate plans include law school with a focus on bioethics and healthcare. It is my honor to introduce you to President Kieran Shannon as he makes his way to the lectern to welcome you and to invite you to affirm the Statement of Community Values.
3 years ago, I sat in the same spot you're sitting in now, half nervous, half excited, and listened to the student government president deliver his version of this speech. I never thought that in 3 years I would be the one on stage welcoming a class of first-year students at the start of my own final year at W&J. I didn't know what to expect from college, what to expect from living away from my family, what to expect from myself. I overcame those fears, and I'm sure you will too. As a first-year student, I arrived on campus early as an athlete, as I know many of you did as well. While my upper-class teammates on the water polo team gave me a great introduction to the school and to college life, I was the only first-year student on the team. But luckily, being on a team isn't the only way to meet new people. Although I didn't want to go to every orientation event, preferring the security of my dorm room and my phone, my Link mentor made sure I was at every single one. And in retrospect, I'm very thankful that she saw me and that she was persistent in her efforts to immerse me in orientation. I met so many people who I might not have if I hadn't gone. People with similar interests and hobbies who were nervous for the same reasons that I was. To this day, some of my most enduring college friendships are with the people I met during orientation. Another thing we did during orientation was attend the first class session of our first-year seminar. In that first session, my advisor went over everything we would need to know about the college, what it offers, and what we would need to be successful, as I'm sure your advisors did too. We also learned what would be expected from a college class, which eased a lot of my anxiety. I knew the classes here would be challenging, but that I was very well prepared for them. And if you've made it this far, I'm confident that you too are up for the challenge. One of the most important things I learned during orientation is that nobody shows up to college knowing everything, but you've got what it takes to succeed. Throughout my entire first year at W&J, all of the services that the school offers and the people who work here were so helpful. My Link mentor and RA each encouraged me to run for student government, so it is because of them that I am up here now. My advisor and student success consultant both helped me to figure out what I wanted to pursue academically, and they both encouraged me to try a variety of different classes to discover my passions. All of these people will be available to you during your time at W&J, and I highly encourage you to leverage their help as much as you can. 3 years from now, one of you will be standing on this stage giving a speech to a new generation of presidents, and they will all be just as nervous and excited as you are now. Today is only the beginning of your college career, but believe me, 3 years flies by. It will feel like no time has passed before you're seniors getting ready to start your final year. And although only one of you will be standing up here, you will all be leaders, be presidents in other ways. In athletics or clubs, as Link mentors or RAs, in sororities or fraternities, even as interns for admissions or student life. And all the people who have those positions now sat where you are 1 or 2 or 3 years ago, feeling the same way you do now. And I know, after meeting all those people and experiencing W&J and what it has to offer, you will love this school just as much as I do. I will now read to you our peer-to-peer affirmation of community values. These values were established by the Student Government Association on behalf of the students of Washington and Jefferson College. The mission of Washington and Jefferson College is to graduate men and women of uncommon integrity, competence, and maturity who are effective lifelong learners and responsible citizens, and who are prepared to contribute substantially to the world in which they live. To this end, the college promotes the development of skills, knowledge, personal qualities, and a worldview that characterizes a well-educated person. As students at W&J, we hold each other to a standard to achieve uncommon integrity as individuals and as a community. In order to thrive and excel, we expect that individuals within our community will promote a culture of respect throughout the college community, respect the privacy, property, and freedom of others, practice personal and academic integrity and expect it from others, respect the dignity and work of all individuals, promote the diversity of opinions, ideas, and backgrounds of others in joining the W&J community. You are asked to adopt these tenets for yourself and your peers. The college motto, Junct Adjuvant, Together We Thrive, embodies the expectation that we hold ourselves and our peers to a standard of responsibility, excellence, and integrity. I ask that you please rise in affirmation of this statement. Thank you. You may be seated.
We're coming down the home stretch before you get to go and walk across the seal, an important thing. I've been pastor at the church next door for 15 years now, so I've gotten to know students because of a Matthew Brown fellowship that we have. Matthew Brown was the first pastor of the church and the first president of the college at the same time. I'm glad they've split those jobs up, man. So we've got this long-standing tradition. The one thing that I'd want to reaffirm that you've already heard is Dr. Stevie B is not an exception to the rule of what professors are like here. You're at a school where you're not going to be sitting in lecture halls with 200 other students. And when I talk with graduating students who have been friends of mine, one of the number one things they say is the relationship they had with professors is profound. Don't feel like you have to keep distance. These people care about you. They'll help you along the way. They'll help you when you're on your way to whatever's next, and take full advantage of that. Work hard and have fun. So here's the blessing. May the class of 2028 and all of us be blessed with inquisitive minds, eager to find knowledge, insights, and possibilities. May we be blessed with good questions and intriguing answers that stretch us beyond our own safe, familiar, predictable boundaries. May we be blessed with caring hearts and receptive ears, and may we have the courage to be ourselves as we accept others for who they are too. May we be blessed with unexpected challenges and beneficial opportunities that help us to become more capable and confident than we already are. May we be blessed with resources, both seen and unseen, resources that give us exactly what we need precisely when we need it. May we be blessed with new friendships as we continue to remember friends and family who have brought us safely and successfully to where we are today. And may the coming year offer the blessings of good work and good times as we celebrate the precious gift of life. May you, the class of 2028, be richly blessed so that you may be blessings to others today, tomorrow, and always. In the name of God and all things holy, amen.
As we close the 2024 Matriculation Convocation, the platform party will recess down the aisle, followed by faculty and then all of our students. We then will walk to Old Main, where we will pause to hear the bell atop the towers toll 3 times, honoring the memory of our 3 founders, Presbyterian ministers John McMillan, Thaddeus Dodd, and Joseph Smith. After that, you will enter Old Main in pairs, receive your W&J pin from Dean Eva and Dean Frick, and then you will fulfill the honored tradition of crossing the Great Seal of Washington and Jefferson to commemorate your official matriculation to the college. Now, we will all sing together for the first time this academic year, W&J's alma mater. And my challenge to you, class of 2028, is to learn the alma mater by heart and start singing it at key student events as a way to bond, share joy, and create memories for life.
Thank you. concludes the matriculation ceremony of Washington and Jefferson College.
Thank you.